Check, check, check. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a very special day. It is a very, very special day. We have a lot of things going on. There's a lot of airplanes coming out. I have zero sleep, but I am ready to rock and roll. We're sitting on the ramp in our beautiful Falcon 50 coming at you from Contrail, their first release. I just want to shout out real quick to the dev, Lars, he's the main lead dev, I believe, right? Lars working over there on the Falcon 50. This airplane is, it has driven me up a wall during the pre-release trying to get it to work. Lars was very kind and trying to help me troubleshoot the problem, but you know what? It all ended up working out in the end. After I downloaded the release candidate version, all systems go, ladies and gentlemen, all systems go. So we're going to take a look at the lovely Falcon 50 today. I wish I had more time in it to be a little bit more proficient, but I have been looking at stuff. I have been reading stuff. So I think we're going to be just fine. We have two quick legs today. We're going to be, well, one quick leg and then a little bit longer leg. I am in the middle of a jet card flight for V1 executive charters. We're sitting on the ramp in San Jose, California. We're going to complete my first leg of the trip up to Arcata, and then we're going to do a revenue flight from Arcata back into Burbank. So a little short runway operation when we get back down into SoCal. I do have the sim sped up. It's about 6:51 p.m. sim time, so I fast forwarded the sim a little bit. That way we'll get a nice evening and then into the sunset as we go into LA tonight. So that is the plan. I'm super excited for this one. I hope you guys are ready to rock and roll. For those that are curious, if you're on VEC, if you're on V1 executive charters, if you work for my company, I do have a couple Falcons on the ramp in San Jose. It looks like someone's got one right here. I believe this might be Sandman. So if you do want to fly along or generate a flight out of here, I'm on Iveo where I do have a few Falcons. We have officially purchased 10 Falcons for the fleet. That number will probably increase slightly in a little bit, and then as the phenoms start to drop off, probably even more. We're going to see what kind of numbers the Falcon 50 puts up in terms of jet card. We're going to open a new base on stream today as well, and we're probably going to hire a handful of people as well. I already hired, I think I cleared about 10 more applications before I started the stream, and I'm basically, if you're 60 rep or above, you're pretty much getting set up, accepted now to the company. We are going to expand. I am going to continue to hire, and make sure you are part of the Discord and you have the VEC tag, because you'll get delivery when it does come out. And you'll also get all the company memos and stuff, a whole new section of the Discord dedicated to V1 executive charters. So I'm very excited for that. LSGG, I did send one or two over there. But here's the thing, GWPH, the Falcons are coming out of Paris, and it's only 200 miles from Geneva. So I figured I wouldn't ferry them to Geneva. I figured I'd let you guys either ferry them yourselves to Geneva, or you could probably do a revenue flight out of Paris and then end up in Geneva. So there is I believe there's 2 or 3 Falcons already over there that are also available. Like I said, there's 10 Falcons on the fleet type right now. We did purchase our first one officially for jet card. November 1 Victor Fox is the first aircraft we own outright, is a Falcon 50. So that's what's on the slate. Sorry that was a long intro. I'm very excited to get this stream going. You guys know me, I love tri-jets. I'm so tired of Garmin's, even though we have some amazing Garmin aircraft such as the Sovereign Plus from Skyward Sim and from the Phenom, but I'm tired of Garmin. I'm ready to fly some real aircraft here. So who's ready? Ready to rock and roll? Let me get to these milestones here. We got Infernal Solo. My man, thank you for joining the channel, becoming a commercial pilot. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Flight Sim guys in the house, 22 months support. Happy Falcon Day, V1. I hope you're well, man. Dude, I am so tired. I haven't slept since yesterday at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Extremely long night. Reassignment, reschedule, and we'll talk about it on our Burbank link probably, but I don't even know where I'm at, although I'm ready to rock and roll. AJ Fenard, thanks for the $3 super chat. Nuke the FSS crap off your system. Not yet. It's a long story, AJ. It's a long story. Thanks for $3 super chat. We'll get into it on the Burbank leg. Oh boy, Wingnut is in the house. Oh my gosh, when fighter jets meet corporate jets, the Falcon is like a real fighter jet. Hey, Wingnut, so actually, from Dassault Falcon themselves, they are passionate to bring their fighter jet attributes to their Falcon lineup of business jets. I've got a couple buddies that fly the Falcon. I got one on a 50, and then my really good friend, he's on a 2000, and a 7X, and he also flew the 50. Got a lot of time on all of them. Been chatting with him, talking to him about the aircraft. He says they're very nimble. He says they are very agile, and it's one of the best hand-flying airplanes that he's flown. So it's not like your A220 Temu Airbus, but they're pretty sweet, man. I take a Falcon 50 over 220 any day. But good to see you, Wingnut the Troll himself. Nabil, my man. Hey, Nabil, thank you for the thumbnail, my friend. Nabil provided the thumbnail because I didn't have a thumbnail this morning. Thank you, Nabil. Says, wisdom teeth surgery tomorrow. Any chance for a Friday stream? Yes, we're going to be streaming today, tomorrow, and Saturday, most likely. 3 days in a row, then I'm back into the... I'm back into the machine. T-Tut, what's up? Thanks for $10 super chat. Hello from OBX, staring at the ocean, but looking forward to flying the Falcon when I get back tomorrow. Night after I get back, hope you're all doing well. T-Tut, thank you so much, man, for the $10 super chat. I know I want to get the stream going tomorrow, T-Tut. Thank you, my man. Tomorrow, we're going to do a Fokker stream in the morning, or in the mid-morning, and then we're doing Falcon Jet Card in the evening. So 2 streams tomorrow, my friend. 2 streams tomorrow, Falcon and Fokkers. Darth Rust, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm installing the FA50 in the background. Also got the Tromsø scenery in the anticipation for the new ENTC Arctic base. Ooh, Tromsø. That would be Tromsø. That'd be a good one. Thank you, Darth, for the $5 super chat, man. Wingnut says I fell for the marketing hype. I know. GPW, thanks for the 10 gifted subs, man. I appreciate you. Very, very kind. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs from GW. You get a membership. Make sure you shout them out. Say thank you. And hope you enjoy your Toga yoga emojis for our first Falcon takeoff on stream. Infernal Solo. Let me get to this. We'll rock and roll. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Infernal Solo says, long-time lurker, first-time supporter. Always enjoyed your content, but especially nice having in the background right now doing 24-hour shifts with a newborn. Oof. Hey, I feel like I'm on that 24-hour newborn shift right now, man, just because I haven't slept in like 36 hours. But, hey, that's awesome. Listen, Infernal Solo, you may or may not know this already. I don't know if it's your first kid or not, but, man, that first, like, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, month, even 2 months, dude, is just going to be a blur. Enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the stream. Congratulations on the newborn. That's awesome, and thank you for the super chat. I hope you enjoy the stream this evening. Hopefully keep you company as we power up this Falcon. All right. Man, that was a hell of a shout-out time there. I feel like every time we do these streams, we need to, like, set apart. I need to do, like, a pre-stream stream, you know? Maybe I should start doing that, doing a pre-stream stream. All right, let's reset the cameras. Let's go outside. There's a Falcon there. So we have, oh, look, we got a 10 going with us. We got a Falcon. We got, who is that? That's the, is it the 7X over there? Yeah, look at that. All right. Let's go ahead and get this airplane fired up. We're going to look at our Jet Card as well, because Jet Card does have integration with this aircraft. First ever. I haven't done it yet, so that's always fun to do that on stream first thing. Thank you, Mika, for the 10 gifted memberships. Man, I appreciate you. All the gifted subs. We got 20 new subs gifted to the channel right out of the gate. Thank you all for the support. Very, very kind. Thank you so much. What? Are we giving you too much support? Never, Darth Russ. Never, never too much support, my man. Never too much. Thank you all. Appreciate you. All right, we'll do a little pre-flight here. We'll get this. We'll get our pitot covers off. We'll open up the door here. We're going to connect the torque link. This is really cool. We'll mess with this when we're in Teterboro. But you can actually tow right here. You can hook up an aircraft tow and move the aircraft in and out of hangars, which is the first I've seen, I think, in 2024, right? At least the aircraft that I have. We'll do a little pre-flight. You can see here we got nice glass around our lights. Our leading edge slats are looking clean, as they all do. Man, we're almost tip to tip here on this Falcon. All right, should we throw the chocks on there just because we're on the ground? Let's throw. Well, I guess we're not going to throw the chocks on. Let me pull the plugs. Can I pull them from the backside? How do I? There we go. I pulled the plug off of there. We'll come around. Should we open up the cargo door? Let's open up the cargo door. We'll get you up, and should be, yeah, I think the batteries are back there in the real Falcon. Maybe they're there. That looks like a flight data recorder coming around. I still love that 10. Hey, how about that 10 getting an update here pretty soon? We'll connect ground power here with Jet Card, I believe. So, pre-flight looks good. We got all our covers off. Our chocks are off. Engines look good. Airplane is looking good. Fresh paint job on this one, too. I forget who made this one. Oh, that's a screenshot right there. Wingnut, thanks for the $5 super chat. Says, this does look kind of like the Falcon 20 the Coasties used to fly. That was super cool airplane. I think some of them had afterburners. I think so, dude. The 20s. Wasn't that like one of the first afterburning jets? Look at this. So okay to tow. Brakes off, okay to tow. That's a real world sign. All right, into the bird we go. Let's take a look at our cockpit for the first time. And what we're also going to do is we're going to pull up a jet card at the same time here. So let me get jet card up and running so you guys can see that. All right, let's go to our dispatch. We're going to pull out our J phone. Now, I actually am not quite sure if we go to jet card connected. So what we'll do is we'll go to weight and balance, start jet card services. And I believe if we go to jet card, we do a fuel order. Oh, they're actually coming right now. Very cool. I can see them outside. The van has showed up. All right, the van has showed up. The fuel truck should show up, I think. Let's get the airplane fired up. Actually, we got to connect the ground power. Let's do that. Which one are you? Because one of you is fueling. Pressure fueling. We're not going to do that yet. And external power. I thought we could click that. No? Okay, just the fuel. Alright. I'm getting confused with different airplanes now. Alright. Let's go to ground operations, external power. We'll get that connected. And let's go ahead and get the batteries on. Battery switches are coming on. And we're going to go split the buses. We'll get AC1, AC2, EFIS1, EFIS2, radio master. External powers connected to the jet. We'll get rid of the tow sign. That's coming off. Airplane's going to wake up here. Oh, I need to turn off Insta Align. I believe I have Instant Align on. Actually, it's fine. We'll just leave the Instant Align on, right? What the heck? We'll go Align Nav. We'll go Align Nav. It'll be Instant Alignment. Mickety Mike, thank you for the 60 months of support, man. Appreciate you. Positive rate. I hope I saw you enjoying the Falcon there earlier this week. Thank you, Mickety Mike, for the support, man. Mike P, thanks for the $5 super chat. You get a jet card discount. I still want to donate 5 jet cards. I'll pay you, distribute. Mike P, I don't believe I have a jet card discount, unfortunately. But thanks for the $5 super chat, my man. I appreciate you. Fireflyers in the house. What's the donation required to get a job at V1 Exec? Fireflyer, what's up, man? No donation required. You're a member. You should automatically be accepted, I believe, right? We do prioritize the members on the application status. So let's get these fired up. We're on 22.8. Let's go ahead and get some other things fired up. Let's just stick with the overhead here. So overhead is we're coming down. These are in ground. Oops. Ground, that looks normal. We're going to go nav. Anti-collision off, taxi wing. We'll get the fasten belt sign off. We'll arm the emergency exit lights. No smoking sign will come on. That pretty much sets our overhead panel up. I'll do a little bit of instrument lighting right now. We don't quite need it yet, but I'll have it there just in case. We'll do a magic barrel ref while I'm thinking about it. And San Jose, that's us. Enter San Jose to Arcata. We're going to click here. We're going to enter that. I got basically dual units here, right? All right, San Jose Horner, that is us. So select, enter. Now we're going to get our flight plan in the box. We're going to do departures. Enter, runway 30 left. And we're on the Lupe 1 out to... Horner. Lupe 1 Horner, that checks. Select. All right. And then for the approach and arrival, we're going to select approach, ACV, runway 32. Let me double check the procedures. Arrivals. No arrivals available. No, we should have, yes, ILS 32. ILS 32, the longest ILS in the United States. And we're actually going to take this one off of, can we do Jaeger? Yeah, let's do Jaeger. We'll select that. All right, so let's take a look at our nav situation. We are on Insta Align, so everything is pretty much getting set up right out of the gate. There's our pause right now. That looks fine. Flight plan, active flight plan 1. That looks good. We'll just keep you up over there. I don't really need that second screen. Let's power up our MX-20. Since that's powering up, we'll get the APU running so we get some air to the aircraft. The sounds are awesome on this one. We'll get the APU master switch on. That is split on the overhead. Let's turn the generator on. Very fast APU and a very loud APU. Let's set up the cameras for this. Start. One of the loudest APUs on the ramp. Real world, Falcon 50. APU running on the ramp. It is very loud. So the APU is up and running. RPM's up to speed. DGT is stabilized. Bleed air's coming on. It's going to get loud in the cabin. Did I, there we go. We should probably, AC bus 1 and 2 work. Why is that not booting up here? Hold on. There we go. Alright, software 1.0, let's go ahead and select map. Current barrow, magic barrow ref 2990, that checks. We'll zoom in on that display. Let's get a Toga up on our PFD. We'll get that out of the way. Our initial altitude, we don't have any ATC online, so our cruise altitude that we filed today, 40,000 feet, huh? I don't think we're going to do that in 44 minutes. We're going to re-cruise it at let's just do 32 because there's no sense going to 40 for a 40-minute flight. So 320 will be our initial cruise altitude. Initial cruise altitude is set. Our fuel 24,570. That looks good. Let's get it come down here. Mach trim is coming on. Transponder, we're going to squawk 2000 TARA, transponder 1, that checks altitude 1. Alright, let me make sure jet card has everything it needs. It does. Jet card messages says, all 6 checked in, ready to go, ready to board, or you're clear, run ready. So we are clear to get out of here and complete our flight. So let's pull chocks. Let's close the main door. Let's get rid of the van. We'll get rid of the bags and the external power since we're on GPU power. Let's take a look at the weight and balance. Let's verify our weights. Jet card import. And that loaded, right? Oh, okay, there we go. I didn't know if you're supposed to wait in real time or not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the jet card implementation works just yet. Like I said, I did have access to this aircraft early on, but I was not able to use it until today. So I'm still learning the jet card stuff. But that is our weights. Fuel 45.43. That's the big one we're worried about. 45.43 on the fuel. What do we have now? So rear tanks, 5, 10, 15 totals. We've got 15, 30, 45. That all checks. 45 on the fuel. We gotta sneak our way in here. Fuel used, reset, aircraft gross weight should be 27.4. Or is that actually... How do I... It's moving very fast. Interesting. I know we're not 34 or 7. That's close enough. 27.9, 27.8, 7, 6, 5. Huh. Not going to worry about that. All right. I don't need charts. I have my own charts next to me, but we do have... let's see if we can import this just so you guys can see what it is. San Jose to Arcata, that's us. We'll import this flight here. We'll put up our taxi diagram on this. Makes it a little bit easier, I guess. So San Jose, taxi, 10-9. And we are over here. We're going to go whiskey, essentially. Victor 3. There's a Falcon blocking us. We'll basically go out Foxtrot all the way down. Foxtrot all the way down. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the fastest seatbelts on. No smoking is on. Anti-collision light red is coming on. Boost pumps 1, 2, and 3 are on. Gen 2, that's crazy because the lights are from the glare. Plus tide bat 2, bat 1. I'm getting bat 1, bat 2 lights, and I don't know why that is. Oil 1, 2, 3 is normal. So we are cleared for engine start. Let's go ahead and spin them up. So to start them up, we are on ground. We're going to start 2, then either 1 or then 3. But we always start number 2 first. So here we go. Press and hold. N2's on the rise. This does lag like the real jet. 12% N2, fuel on. One rotation is 100, 2 rotations is 1,000. Oh, really? The APU is so loud you can barely hear the engine spool up. Number 1 is rolling back and stable. Number 1 stable. Generator's already in the on position. We're going to go number 1 next. N2's on the rise. 10, 12, fuel. Jeff up, what's up, man? 48 months, should be named Chemtrail. Missed opportunity. Number 1 is started. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to do external. Watch your ears. Watch this. Let's do this one. Number 3. Not too bad, not too bad. That APU is just so loud it's hard to even hear anything. Okay, we got 3 good starts. We're going to go bus tie norm. We're going to go to the APU. We're going to turn the bleed air off, and we're going to send the stop signal, which is an overspeed. The APU is going to spin down. I'm actually going to turn the crew air off. Because it's so loud. I can't even hear myself think, but that's pretty much normal. All right, left and right pitos will stay as associated. All right, flaps coming to position 2. Slats are coming out. I love the slat animation, how it droops, and then the 1 is second. Now the wing textures, we'll talk about this in cruise. They do look very clean here and very almost not flat, but like they could have more dirt on them. But I keep looking at Falcon 50 wings, and honestly, the real Falcon 50 wings kind of look like this. Like they're just clean. I don't know. Maybe the livery painters will get some adjustment. But I mean, the texturing, I mean, the details good. Look at the fuel cap. The markings look good. But the slats, I mean, when they pop out, they're just, I freaking love that slat animation. All right, flaps set, slats, trim is set. There's your trim wheel. Magic Bear ref is set. Let's go ahead and get out of here. So, park brake is released. Probably should have done that earlier. San Jose traffic, Prestige 257, taxi on 30 left. Taxi lights coming on. Let's go. We're going to see if we can sneak out to the left here. And we don't need this anymore, so I'm going to just go ahead and go back. And we'll hide the EFB for now, if I can.
San Jose traffic, Prestige 677, taxi runway 30 left behind company traffic. San Jose.
Why can't I get rid of my EFB? I like to hide it. There we go. Worthy of an ATP livery? You tell me, McOatmeal. I think so. I know I'm going to be flying this bird around. This is going to... I've done I've done 2 full flights in it so far. There's more I want to do. But I can just tell you, it not being a Garmin, that it's definitely going to be in the rotation for me personally.
San Jose traffic, Prestige 346, taxiing runway 30 left behind company Citation X.
Listen to all these Prestiges, man. I love it. I think the sounds are pretty good. I'll be honest with you, the sounds are pretty good. Remember, a lot of these corporate jets are really quiet. The rattling sounds are perfect, especially on touchdown. It's almost scary, or on a gear retraction. So they are very, in my opinion, authentic. If you watch any Falcon 50 videos, which I've been watching a ton of lately, it's pretty dang close. Like, it does sound good. Now, one thing I do wish we have, I will make a note, I wish we had a, I say I wish, but I never use it, even in the add-ons that do have it, so maybe I shouldn't even say it, but a noise reduction simulation, when you like click on the headset or something. You know what we forgot to do is our V-speeds. We're going to get that set up here. We'll hold short of the runway, we'll set up our V-speeds, make sure everything is good to go there. And we also got to get our FMS heading set up too. Our HSI is not set up. I'm just too excited. Jeff Fabiano's in the house. What's up, man? Purple textures on taxiway, unplayable. Dude, I don't know what it is about this scenery, Jeff. I don't know why I have purple textures here in San Jose. All right, Whiskey 1 Delta coming left. Alright, we don't need to go full length. We'll take the next intersection here, which is pretty much full length. But we could have gone here at Delta too. Cloud, what's up, man? Says, honestly, I could not get into the Garmin jets. This looks amazing. Dude, I'm with you, man. The Sovereign is a great jet. They've done a lot of work to increase that Garmin, but I'm with you, man. I have a hard time being excited to fly G5000, G3000, G1000. It's how I've always been. Unless it's real life, I have a hard time getting excited to fly it. Now, if I had my own jet, yeah, give me a G5000. I got nothing against that. But for some reason, in my personal simulation preferences, I always struggle to get excited for Garmin aircraft. Alright, we're going to hold short here. We got a couple more things we need to set up before we blast off. I got a little too excited and jumped the gun. So let's go ahead. We'll stop the aircraft here. Taxi light off. Park brake is set. Okay, first and foremost, let's get our EFIS set up. So we're going to go FMS nav and HSI mode. I like to do the line plus the course in the background, although it is kind of, I don't know, that is kind of meh on this one, but we're set up to go there. Runway heading is going to be 300. So 300 is set, and actually we track course 306 on departure. 306 is set. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the takeoff. Falcon 50, sync weights and sync bugs. So we're looking for 125, 97 VR 110, VFR 125, V clean is 135, 166 VFS. Gross weight is 28.7. We're doing slats, flaps 20. Takeoff power should be 98.9. We're on a dry runway. We only need about 3,000 feet. This is going to come into play here when we start messing with our jet card. We're opening a new base for the Falcon 50. It's somewhere in Colorado, and you're going to be excited for it. But this is going to be important that we learn how to mess with that. Speeds are, I don't actually, so they're not going to publish on your PFD. They're going to publish here. So just got to know, make sure 110, and then we're going clean at 135 essentially. All right. Speeds are set. HSI is set. Last thing, mock trim. Oh, mock trim is already on. Mock trim is on. And pitot heats are coming on. Left, right. Let's go. Wing, taxi, anti-collision, all of them. Logo and nav, all of them. And this should be air, start, ignitions on. Overhead is set. Let's get out of here. San Jose traffic, Prestige 257, departing runway 30 left on the Lupe 1. Oh man, look at this Prestige lineup. We got a Falcon and a 10 behind us. See, like at this sun angle, I mean, this actually, I mean, it looks good. It's just so clean. I don't know what composite material they used on the wings, but if you look at videos, look at real Falcon 50 wings, and they look pretty mid in terms of texturing. So I don't hate it. Now, one last disclaimer. This is my first ever takeoff with Team Vodka's Bruner profile that I have not tested at all yet, so I'm a little bit nervous. In fact, let's do a flight control check. It already feels super light on the pitch, so I'm got to be careful of that. All right, let's go ahead and spool them up. Yoga's in chat. Yoga. Power set.
80 knots.
Check.
1. Rotate.
Up we go. Positive, right? Gear up, fly with. 400 feet. Nav. Climb. Oh yeah, I don't like this profile.
Prestige 346, holding short runway 30
Yeah,
left
his
at
profile.
Charlie.
Your profile is way sensy. Let me change this profile on the climb out. Yeah, way sensy. My Falcon 50, way better. Oh, I can't see. Yeah. My Falcon 50 profile, way better. All right, clean it up. In the turn. Yeah, it needs more mush. Well, so that's the benefit of climb thrust. We need to come back a little bit here. 230 as well on the speed max in the turn. What I was going to say something, I forget. Doesn't matter. 230 max speed in the turn. Here we go. Yeah, see, my profile is much more mushy on the pitch. Not mushy, but
346, lining up runway 30 left.
not as aggressive, I guess. I'll send you mine, Team Vodka. Look at that! Look at that bank. All right, now this is where the debate is. Are you technically below the Bravo? Should be 230 knots. We're doing 250. So a key with force feedback is you really have to know what your target, not sensitivity, but your target, lost about that. I can't think of the word.
San Jose traffic.
If you don't, if you have force feedback and you don't have a good profile, it can ruin an airplane. But on the flip side of that coin, you can have an airplane with a Coronado flight model and make it feel like a real airplane. So you really need to know how to dial in your force feedback profiles, and some of these business jets can be a little bit of a challenge, but I think I got this one dialed out here. This is the Brunner yoke expense. This is the Brunner yoke. And basically, I'm going off of what my buddies tell me how the airplane feels. And I got there's some pretty cool information on how Falcon has their flight control system set up too. Like there's no cables. It's purely hydraulic ailerons, and it's steel tubing to go directly to the ailerons. That's to reduce Mach flutter. Wingnut, thanks for $5 super check. Can you stall it and see if the outboard slats extends? They should automatically. Actually, we could test that, but I'm not going to do that because I'm flying my jet card flight right now. I do not want to be stalling it with my passengers on board. Yeah, no auto throttle. There is an auto throttle, but I'm not using it. I'm using manual throttle because the real jet does not have an auto throttle. All right, here we go. So we're going to go direct. Let's go direct Horner. Enter. In the turn. We'll have to redirect it here in a minute. Now, in climb profile, we're in climb low, 250 until we hit 10,000. Then it's going to be, what is it, 270? And then there's also a high profile climb, which will be 300 plus knots. So right now, you see we're climb 250. That's the standard climb setting. Here comes 10,000 feet. Let's get the landing lights off, the taxi lights off, the wing lights off. We'll leave all those on. 260 now in the standard profile. So as I continue to make this turn, once I get straight, we'll redirect us to Horner. This is such a fun departure to fly because you just lock it in, banking all the way around, going right over the top of SJC. It should be a pretty flight going up. Looks like I've got a little marine layer moving in the Bay Area. I'm currently flying this plane. I'm having trouble switching nav modes from VOR to FMS. Aviator, we'll take a look at it here in a minute. Let me get this thing established outbound where we need to be going. I'll get the autopilot on. I'm also going to turn the sounds down a little bit. Let's go 50%. That way we can hear ourselves think a little bit more. I believe I still have the air off, don't I? It actually should be louder. We should be like that. D. Chris, you have to have the beta installed until they release a stable update. All right, we're going to redirect the line now. So we're going to redirect Horner, enter. We'll straighten it out. There is a hidden click spot here for heading bug sync. I love that. And what we're also going to do, we're going to go into high climb profile. So you notice here we're climb 260. I'm going to hit climb again, and that should be climb high, which is 300 knots. So it's going to look for 300 knots in the climb out. Let's engage the yaw damper and autopilot. Yaw damper autopilot is engaged. San Jose traffic, Prestige 257. We're 12.6 over the top of the field, northbound direct Horner. Last call, San Jose. All right, so 270 now. We're coming up to 300 for a high-speed Mach climb out. We'll go ahead and get the no smoking sign off. And we'll go ground Ground, ignitions are all off. Booster pumps are staying on. Fuel system is all balanced across the board. I like the little bit of randomness in here too. You see that? That's very nice. All right. Once we hit 300 knots, we'll start climbing back up. We'll zoom out our range on our FMS. We can zoom this out a little bit. And we'll enjoy departing over Southern California. All right, back with the chat now. I missed a lot. Sorry, guys. Just that was first time I've done that takeoff with this airplane, so I had to make sure we were locked in there. I've been flying the Contrail Falcon 50 for years. Very shallow, but I love the plane. Listen, I didn't even know Contrail had a Falcon 50 on X-Plane 11. I love it. I welcome anything more than 2 engines to the sim, man. I'm so super happy that Contrail decided to go with the 50. Again, this is their first ever aircraft release. I think it's pretty dang good. It's fun. It's different. It's fun. And if you're looking for something that's going to be more rewarding than just firing up your Garmin 5000, I promise you, this is going to scratch that satisfaction itch once you start flying it the way it's designed to fly. These avionics can do quite a lot. It's actually, you can, right now I'm doing my manual throttle, but if I wanted to use auto throttle, let's use the assistances. If I click this screw right here, there's a hidden screw. Hold on, let me, what happened to my OBS? Oh, I didn't mean to close my OBS. Let's go full screen cam there. There's a hidden screw right here. If I click that, now the auto throttle, FMS AT, this is purely Lars from Contrail helping us out. It's going to set your maximum climb thrust, or I shouldn't say maximum climb. It's actually going to set max continuous thrust for you in the climb. So even though the 50 was not equipped with an auto throttle, to my knowledge, this is what Contrail has done to kind of help get us some more assistances when you're flying some of these older jets and your attention is going to be elsewhere. So auto throttle is engaged. That's indicated by the AT here now. We are climb 300, which is the high-speed climb profile for 320. And we are tracking on course. Looking good. Let's keep an eye out over the bay here. I do have my wing views set up that they're actually... And, oh, dynamic window shades. Some of you don't like it, some of you do. They will go down depending on where the sun angles are, which I think is pretty cool. MD-11 does that too. Whoops. I'm trying to get a nice juice view here as we depart over the bay. These pillars are Falcon 50. Nostalgic. Yeah, the EX. So the EX, Jeff Fabiano is right. The EX has the auto throttle, has the winglets. It also has Epic. Or I think the EX had Epic avionics. The like early version of the EX, like 90s, late 90s, 99-ish. I know Falcon changed the EX avionics at some point. I think to Garmin, if I'm not mistaken. $18.7, so Magic Barrel Ref 2992. I have it set on to do the captain and first officer, not the standby. All right, so we're 19 for 19 for 320 now. Chris PT6, Bob Band, finally out of class. What did I miss, dude? Okay, so my I don't know. Don't use Vodka's profiles because I almost lost control on takeoff. I got all the Bruner profiles you need, my man. You didn't miss anything though. We just took off out of San Jose. We're climbing northbound, and dude, I know I saw your text. I was responding. If I told you, Chris, what happened to me on that last trip, I think you might think twice. But hope all is well, man. Hope the recurrent is doing good. We got to link up, man. We got to link up. Maybe, so I'm only technically off tomorrow and Saturday, and then I'm back on call. But depending on what kind of trip I get, if it's a late report or something, maybe we can link up before I got to commute out. I'd love to see you again, but hope that recurrent goes well. How much is it? PKG, this is, what is the official price? Is it $30? DC Carmish says, in films and other entertainment comment, there's a lot of vocal chatter before takeoff and call-outs for each phase. Oh, you're talking about like a Beyond ATC or a... No, what is that? Say Intentions. Say Intentions. I know Jeff Fabiano is on the Say Intentions train, man. To be honest with you, it does sound good. I don't typically use... like on these first streams with airplanes, I don't really use a lot of... additional comms or traffic in my sim. I just kind of like to focus on the airplane itself and the chat box. But also, when you listen to the real world radios for 14 hours a day for 6 days in a row, it's kind of nice to just sit here and hear myself think and talk with you guys in chat instead of listening to the radios, to be honest. 38 and change. 38 and change is the price of the Falcon. I think it's actually perfectly priced for what you get. There's some really neat things like the towing the airplane, your own fueling, which we didn't even get to do. We're gonna do our own fuel on Arcata. So this is a short leg to Arcata to complete our first leg of the jet car trip, and then we'll do our own fueling. We'll spin the bird around, and we'll head into Burbank. The 50EX has Proline 4. Oh, really? Man, I'd love to see a 50EX then in the future. What's up from Aberdeen, Scotland? Viewing can't wait to get back to USA. My flight to sim itch needs scratch. Only a couple flights out of my Moza before I had to split to JFK. Ah, man, Ryan, gotta get back, dude. Gotta get back. You know, it's funny. I was flying all day yesterday, literally all night. I flew coast to coast in 3 days and overnight. So I went Miami, Raleigh, Sacramento, back to Miami via Phoenix. Oh, there was a Dallas in there somewhere. I'm just so beat up. All I know is the last leg was 4:40 block, and we were 3 hours late. I got a hell of a podcast story for you. First time in my career I witnessed something that I witnessed, and we ended up landing, I think, a little over 2 hours late. We landed at 2 in the morning. I then slept in a recliner chair. I say slept. I laid in a recliner chair for an hour. Then I got on my commute at 4:40 in the morning back to Dallas, and I have not been asleep since yesterday at 6 o'clock in the morning when I woke up. Sandman, thanks for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate you, man. Was that you, Sandman, on the ramp in San Jose? Mickey G, what's up? That's why you don't like ATC in the sim? I'm right there with you, man. That's what I'm saying. Just kind of like, leave me alone. You know, it's such a double-edged sword for me, Mickey G, because I love when y'all fly along, we do little mini group flights, or we get a conga line going, or just, I don't even know where these other Prestige aircraft were going, but like, so we're flying a V1 executive charter tonight. There was 3 Prestige aircraft there in San Jose on the ramp when we left, which was really cool. And people ask me all the time, well, why don't you miss VATSIM because you're banned from VATSIM? Like, honestly, I like the silence. But I love the group flying, which Jeff Fabiano was telling me all about. Say Intentions, where you can see each other on your own network. So I'm not going to say it, but I might say it that we might see Say Intentions because Jeff said I had to try it, so naturally I have to try it, right? Thanks again, Sandman. The Aerobas Falcon 8X is going to be the private jet sim add-on. We'll see about that. I was just made aware of that, the thing, 787. I was just made aware of the Falcon 8X. Yes, I do love it, though. I am excited about the 8X, man. It looks great. Official licensed product, too, for X-Plane 12. Listen, I already committed to going back to X-Plane 12 for the 707 after seeing the WingFlex video, and I fully intend to do some Falcon 8Xing in X-Plane 12. You can guarantee it, man. You can guarantee it. Jeff Simpson, how are we liking the Falcon? I like it because it is different than everything else we have in the sim in terms of corporate jets. Because, well, I mean, the closest to it, I'd say the 10, because you don't have G5000. But all the other corporate jets, while they're good, the Vision Jet, G1000, Phenom, G3000, Sovereign, G5000, which is the same thing. It's actually a little bit more deeply simulated than the Phenom G3000. Honda Jet G3000. What else is it? They're all Garmin. They're all GX1000 avionics, minus the Citation 10 and now the Falcon 50. So right now we are tracking it. Set confirm current baro, confirm. All right. Now what else is cool about the Falcon 50 is there's a saying that says when you've flown one Falcon, you have flown one Falcon, because there are so many variations to the Falcon in real life. So many different avionics layouts, different panel styles and panel layouts. They're all very different from each other. A lot of them are very different from each other. But I really enjoy this particular panel layout. Now, if it were me specifically, I'd say, hey, it'd be cool if it was just round gauge all the way around here, like no glass at all. I understand that might be a little bit too hardcore for some, might alienate some of your audience. So I think this is the next best option. So I think Lars did a great job. When I say Lars, I mean Contrail. Did a great job at selecting this particular panel layout. You still got the round gauge, and you'll notice the little details about, if you watch when we make power changes, when I turn the auto throttle off and we start flying around manually, you'll notice the needles will move slowly and in real time. The digital readout is not. It's almost choppy. That is how the actual gauges work. And that is an option that you can toggle, which I'm sure by now a lot of you have probably seen a lot of the pre-release content. There's been a lot of good content put out on this aircraft already. But that is actually going to be here. You can do realistic or instant refresh rate for the digital N1 and ITT. But realistic, it's gonna skip. It's not gonna be 100% 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. It might be like 1, 3, 7, 9. So I'm actually gonna turn off fast align too while we're at it. Hopefully that doesn't like unalign us. Probably shouldn't be messing with that. Livery sounds, the clacker. I love the clacker. Sounds like a machine gun. I do have the co-pilot callouts, global spawn with covers. Replay mode, I have not messed with this. Maybe we should mess with this when we land. I haven't messed with the internal replay mode at all yet. But little details. When locked, green visible. Can you open the window? I should have opened the window. We'll have to how do I hide you? I guess we'll just leave the approach up for now. Alright, 31 for 35. We probably should have been in a normal climb profile because... Oh, we're 31 for 32. We're in pitch mode, that's fine. I want to test something. I'm trying to see if I can adjust the pitch value. Falcon 20 is the GOAT? Nah, the Falcon... Listen, so... Everyone that I've talked to that said that flew the 20 say it's amazing. They love the 20. Everyone loves 20. But, for me personally, 3 engines is better than 2. We're going to see a nice cinematic turn here in a second. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Praetor 600 is nice, but it feels like another Longitude Sovereign Garmin. Yes. Garmin. Ryan, these are actually licensed, or I believe the term was licensed. I believe that Contrail licensed, if that's the incorrect term, let me know. But I believe they licensed the avionics from the Super 27, so that's why they look familiar. PSA is pre-selected altitude capture. So we are in capture mode at 320, and we only got 111 miles to go. Sync our heading bug. Seatbelts are off. You're now free to move about the cabin. Are there setups that simmers use to get realistic sounds feel? What do you mean, in terms of hardware? Yes. The easiest, I say the easiest, the best way to have any sense of realism, I don't like that choice of words. The one thing that you can do to increase realism for simming, the number one thing that you can do is get a force feedback, either yoke or side stick. That will 100% change the game in terms of how you fly airplanes in the sim. Nope, no overspeed soon because we have the fake auto throttle engaged. It's going to maintain what is it, 293 or 80 Mach. So we're doing 80 at 32,000 feet. We're looking good. As we cruise over. A trip clacker giving you Spirit Haiti trip flashbacks? Indeed. We need a study level Lockheed Jetstar 2. That would be something. 4-engine business jet. The thing, like, you know what, Wingnut? You and I would like that. But we'd probably be the only two to buy that airplane. That's why you're not going to see it, you know? Some people don't like the pillars in the Falcon. I love them. I think it makes it look super Falcon-ish. That is really smart. Why create the exact same thing and delay a project if you have good rapport with fellow devs? Yes, indeed. Yeah, so being able to license the Super 27 avionics, which is highly capable avionics set here. While I'm looking at it, let's go ahead. I'm going to set up some VNav here. I want to cross Jaeger. Doesn't say, but let's just set 7. Burbank at 57. Let's hop into our box here. VNav. Inactive. Hold on. Cruise altitude is going to be 350. Default 3-degree path. Okay, cool. So VNav 2. No. Uh-oh. Let's see. Flight plan. Nope. Nav. Why can't I select? This is where I need to spend more time on this particular bird. Flight plan list, active flight plan. No. Nav, page 2, 3, 4. Plan, fuel plan, flight status, hours, range. We didn't set that up. Okay, here we go. VNav, Jaeger, enter, altitude, 7,000. And we should be going direct Jaeger now. Alright, we're direct Jaeger. $74 miles. Should be 75 miles. We should be starting down now. Yeah, we'll do a full-blown cabin tour on the return. Alright, pre-selected 7,000 feet. I guess we're just going to manually do this one. So we can do either descent and use the thrust levers or speed. So in this particular case, let's go vertical speed. And we're going to vertical speed it down. Let me see if this binding works here. Vertical speed 1100. Down. Why are you not coming down? Not up, not up, down. There we go. There she comes. Let's do vertical speed 1800. Down we go. Now the thrust levers are ours now. Auto throttle's off. So we're going to bring those back. And down we go. We'll keep an eye on that 3-to-1 rule. I think we're a little bit high, actually. Can't wait to get a VEC livery on this one. Ryan, I cannot wait to be Falcon. I caught your stream and it looks super sweet. Yeah, the Fokker 100. Tomorrow's plan, Fokker 100. Maybe, I think Fokker 70. We'll do Fokker 70 first. And then we'll do Jet Card in the evening. Take a look at our jet cardigans. We got a couple guys out here. We got someone in Citation 10 going to Tucson, going to Oakland. Are there any Falcons flying yet? Are there any Falcons? Oh, 2 Victor Fox, Burbank to Fort Worth Alliance. Nice. Victor Fox is our Falcon jets. That's a Guppy. Jacksonville, Daytona Beach. Sovereign. Someone's taxiing out of MYEH. I don't even know where that is. Bahamas? It's MYEH. I don't know what airport that is. Key West. Short hop there for Garuda. Ooh. Our Europe division. Doing some flying already. Alright, we're coming to life. We are coming to life. When we do the leg back, we'll have some more time to sit back, and we're gonna get some more hiring done. We're also gonna get some. We're gonna open a new base for the Falcon. Mr. Runs in the house, good to see you, babe. What are you doing? Y'all having dinner? MYEH is Bahamas, but I forgot which airport. Oh, dude, Sam. Dude, I gotta text you, man. Dude, wait till you hear what they did to me yesterday. I don't know how it's legal, dude. I hope you enjoy the Southeast base. Nabil says the Citation 10 finally getting wing flex. Yes, not only is it getting wing flex, but it's getting a couple other updates too, which is going to make it really polished up. I'm very excited for that. House is burning down? That's alright. We still have a return leg. We'll be alright. Maybe there won't be a house by the time I return. Captain Icelander, good to see you. Tell me, brother, on the 777F, why in VNAV on the FMC different flight level than flight plan? Why is the VNAV page recommending different flight level than flight? Because the box is going to give you your optimum with the winds that are loaded in the box. Your flight plan may be old data. Your flight plan might be old data. That's why. Rock City Strong, what's up, man? How you doing, bud? All right, let's take a look at where we're at. If we wanted to cross Jaeger at 7, we're at 37 miles at 9. 9,000 feet to, oh wait, no, what? What'd I say? We're 24. I can't math today, guys. 3.5, like I said, I'm like 38 hours awake here. Yeah, we're a little bit behind the 8 ball here. Let's go ahead and increase rate of descent. Screams just got serious. Enjoy the stream. All right. I'm going to try not to pass out. Oh, defrost those steaks, by the way, at least for tomorrow. All right, Jaeger inbound on the ILS. We're looking for 109.5 on the radio. So 109.5, 109.5 are active. What we can do is we can put up the bearing pointer for nav 1. And we can actually put bearing pointer, hide your yoke over here. Put bearing pointer for nav 2 for you. And HSI mode can be that. So follow along. Jaeger 27 miles, we're way high. Yeah, we're way high. Just keep coming down. Keep coming down. Thanks for the warning. Think I should try to fly in the mornings next month from the sound of it. It doesn't matter what you do, Sam. You're going to get hosed. Just let you know right now. It doesn't matter what you do. You're going to get hosed. You're going to fly all night. They're going to land at 2:30 in the morning. They're going to reassign you to do an afternoon turn. There's a multi-flight profile for this that works with the Windwing FCU and EFIS on the Super 27 for altitude heading course. I just use the Bravo vodka. The Bravo has it all. Works pretty good. All right, we're out of 18,000. So 2986 is set. Let's get the wing light on. Fasten seatbelt sign is on. No smoking sign is coming on. We'll stand by on the rest of the overhead. Let's bring some power off. So we'll slow up a little bit. It also has air brakes, but they have 3 notches. Medium, and then full air brake, which gets real serious. We'll do it for a second. That's your full air brake. We're probably good with just 2 air brakes. I don't know why it does that little flicker there. I don't know if that's a control binding. Could be a control binding issue. We're slowing down to a 250. Let's do some landing weights. Alright, refresh, approach, Falcon 50, 27.3. We're doing slats 48. Slats was 48 degrees of flaps, which is a lot. We need 3,000 feet. VREF is 111, VAP is 116. I'm going to tell you right now, if you fly 116 at that flap setting, she's gets very unforgiving, so I bump it up a little bit. Add 5 knots to your VAP. Add 5 knots to your VAP because she will run away from you. No doubt about it. I remember hearing hearing on the 50, 40, 30, 20 retard. Where does that come from? That's from the JipWiz. Ground procs. Prodigus. Yeah, no, it's... I don't know. I don't think it's that serious. That thing does turn into a pretty significant lawn dart, doesn't it? It definitely does. All right, we're getting ready to go through 10,000 feet. We'll get the rest of our landing lights on, taxi lights on. Let's get ignition on. 1, 2, 3. Overhead is set. 9.5 for 7,000. Now, menu, graphical, invert. I was wondering if I could get a different background. What's that? Oh, that's our alert. Pre-selected altitude of 7,000. That checks. Love that trim sound. Stow the air brake. Remember, we have the thrust levers. We'll come in here. We don't need to be at 200 knots. We can be a little bit faster than that. You don't get compensated for that extra BS, Sam, because if it's your last day of reserve and you get in at 2 a.m. because you extended to help them help them complete the flight because you're 3 hours late, you don't get anything extra because you're on duty when they run a DOTC run at midnight 30 when you're out over the Gulf. Even though you're not landing till 2, there's still 14 hours between that and 3 p.m. showtime, so they'll still stick a turn on you on your last day. But if you didn't extend and you timed out or didn't do the flight, you would have been duty free and off. So no good deed goes unpunished. Don't ever help them. No, you don't get extra for the reassignment. It's not a reassignment. It's just an additional day flying. So you basically fly on 2 days. You don't get anything extra. Just wait, my friend. Wait till you hit Miami. You're going to hate your life. Be ready. Be ready, my friend. Should we try? I'm curious. It's probably not a good thing to try. Instead of our typical replay mode, do I have to start anything? Or is it just automatically recording right now? I feel like that's bad. Is that not bad? Oh, look at that shot, though. It's going to be a beautiful flight headed down to Burbank. Burbank and chill. We'll open up a new jet card base. We'll hire a few more passenger or pilots. Should have a turn here soon. Oh man, we need to get Whiskey Throttle cooking on that livery. I did hit up the paint shop for V1 Executive Charters. All right, proceeding inbound. Vomac is 5,700. We're a little bit far out, so we're going to set 5,700 feet. I'm going to bring the power back, and we're going to vertical speed our way down. Let me see if it works with my Bravo here. So I'm going to select vertical speed. Beautiful. And vertical speed down. Beautiful. We're just going to trickle down to like 500 feet per minute. We're looking good. Slats can come out below 200 knots. That's our initial speed we got to look for. I don't know why we're diving. Oh, we went into altitude cap mode, perhaps. Seems a little aggressive. Yeah, that's why. Pre-selected altitude capture, 5,700 feet. Cams up. F-Loc is armed. .47 and 37 after Vomac. So the next one will be 47. All right, there is Vomac. Let's go ahead and trickle down. It's probably going to capture it again, isn't it? Vertical speed. Yep, 1 to go. And actually, we can keep scrolling down. Let's go down to 3,200 on the altitude window. All right, 3,200 is the new pre-selected altitude. That's at Volu. which is 10.3 from IACB. We still haven't picked it up yet, which is interesting. I think that's Microsoft localizers doing localizer glide slope things. No, she doesn't want to. Let's go ahead and turn you off. I'll go ahead and hand fly this one down. Almost like she doesn't like the vertical speed selection on the Bravo. Since we're hand flying it, let's change the HSI mode and change this to nav 1. It hasn't tuned yet though. Final approach course is 316. I could see the runway out there, but we're just so far out that Microsoft doesn't give you ILS signals yet. With that done, let's just go ahead and turn off the flight director. Power's coming back. We'll get below 200. We'll start configuring. We'll go first notch of air brake. Sounds are coming up. There's 200. Slats are going out. Air brake stowed. We have the right frequency. No, we don't. 109. Why did it change? There it is. Helps you have the right freak. Yaw damper to go. Grogmice, welcome to Commercial Pilot, man. Divert to Kika. No, not on this one. This is already a divert flight. I already diverted into San Jose for testing purposes. So I gotta get, I don't want to lose 10 rep. 1,000 to go. We're going to continue. We're on the slope and load. Gear operation speed is 190 knots. Gear's coming down. Definitely feel that pitch change. I got to get some more trim in when the gear comes down. 160 on the speed now. This is a very long ILS. It's one of the longest. It was actually the longest in the country for a while. This was, I think this was the first ever ILS in the U.S. tested. That's why it's such a long approach. I used to shoot this ILS real world, and then I would break off and do special VFR down the coast to Eureka, which I believe is right here. Yeah, I think it's like right here, right there maybe. I'm using the built-in replay tool, Nabil. It's on. I don't have to press anything, right? I just turn it on, right? It's on. I've never used the built-in replay tool before, so let's see how it works. Mickey G, do I do this or fuck? I don't know, man. Grogamice, welcome to Commercial Pilot, man. Glad to have you on board. All right, we'll set missed approach out to, let's call it, let's just call it 4,000. 4,000 set for the mist if we need it. Coming up on 500 above the ground. Flaps 20. The flaps do operate pretty slow. We're going to be stable by 500 at VEC charters. Alright, flaps full coming in. Now you will need to juice it with the thrust when you go flap 48. Nice balloon there too, you see that? That's a pretty good balloon. Alright, 116, and we don't want to get any slower than that. We will fall out of the sky on this thing. I'm going to try to keep us right about 120. Trying to get my speed bug back down, but it's in Mach. Ah! My digital speed bug. Doesn't matter. Alright. We're a little bit high. I'm gonna end up on Blanco Lirio. Yeah, we are a little bit high now. Let's go ahead and hustle down. Look at that though. Flaps 48. This is gonna be great for Medellin. There we go. We're getting back on it now. I flare this similar to how I used to flare the 7.2. Power on, pretty much. Yaw damper's coming off. Visual. Stop yelling at me. Don't get slow.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, that was... See? I got slow. Should have kept that power in a little bit longer. That was a hard one. One in reverse. Manual braking. Stow it. I gotta get my binding so I can have that bucket deployed. That was a thumper. That was definitely a thumper. See, I brought the power out. See, I like that though. That seems very believable. Coming in flaps, what is it, 48 degrees? If you chop that power too early, you will chunk it. I'm going to conclude the jet card flight first, and then we will do the replay. Now, it also has like a G-loaded camera, doesn't it? I feel like it has a default G-loaded camera that is not a chase plane, which is kind of neat. Yeah, we're doing a return flight to Burbank. PC McLaurin, what's up? First stream since the expo. Great meeting. I'm looking forward to getting back in the sim, knowing what's in the works in the sim and on your channel. PC McLaurin, very cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Man, Expo seems like that was just, it's crazy how fast the whole Expo thing went by, right? No trailing link gear on this bad boy, so if you are firm, it will feel firm to the passengers. You love the Falcon, former 900EX driver. Very cool, Foxtrot Alpha. Man, I'd like to see a 900EX in here. Since we are going to be taxiing out of here, we're just going to turn the airplane around and we'll shut her down. I want to know how this replay works. Do we have to leave the engines on, Nabil? Alright, let's set the park brake. Park brake is set. Taxi light's coming off. Seatbelt, no smoking's coming off. Ignition's coming off. And then let's go to... Let's go ahead and shut them down. Oh, we never started the APU. Nabil, why didn't you start the APU, my man? Wait, is it on? No, start. Nope. Oh, shoot, we gotta split it. Hold on. We screwed that whole thing up. Master switch on. Split U. Generator start.
Sorry, from the flight deck, we just, Nabil forgot to start the APU, so just give us a minute. We'll have her shut down here momentarily.
APU spooling up. Let me go to jet card, J-phone. Request passenger transport and request fuel. Alright, APU is running. I need to bind these. We'll get the beacon light off. Logo and nav can stay on. Everything else can stay on up there. We'll get the booster pumps off. 1, 2, 3. Let's get some APU air going. Get some bleed air on. Alright. Yeah, request fuel. Request crew car, don't need that. Request lab service, don't need any of that. So, alright, that's done. That's done. Let's go to here. Complete the flight. Oh, yeah, see? Everyone who's complaining about... oh, sorry. Everyone who's complaining about jet car landing rate, I 100% agree with this landing rate being a 200 foot per minute. That was definitely what it felt like. Alright. Return to trip. That leaves us with one leg left. We got a 1 hour leg going back. It's going to be a nice one. We'll take it nice and easy. Arcata to Burbank. We'll dispatch that flight. And while that prepares... Now, this is something that I have not done. Let's come over here. Oh, we forgot to do the replay. Oh, we already redispatched it. Oh well. Screw it. Let's get the fuel in here. Let's call this guy over. Oh, DHL 73. We forgot to get the fuel, so I'm just gonna turn you off. Alright. Import from SimBrief. Jet card import. SimBrief download. 6338. Start jet card services. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do. I'm just going to download the SimBrief weights because I'm not sure how that all works. I thought it was connected to where it would call stuff over for you. But maybe I just don't know how to operate that part. So let's go ground operations. We need the refueling truck. Oh, is it glitched out now? How come I can't open the panel? There we go. Alright, we're in low mode. Get the valves 1, 2, and 3 on. Let's see. SimBrief. What do we need? Redwood to Bob Hope. We need 5166 on the fuel. Alright. So 5166, we'll keep it in low. Start. I'm just going to start pumping. There's the other Falcon. Alright, magic barrel ref is set. Confirm barrel, confirm. Erase. Alright. Erase. Active flight plan. Let's go here. ACV Burbank. Enter you in there. Alright. Let me import a new flight. Actually, we're on the Ho-Cut 5. Alright, so departure. Enter. Runway 32. To Fortuna. Enter. Select. Ho-Cut Sevely Foyt Fortuna. That checks. And then we're on the Rocker 3 for Burbank 08. So approach, runway 08, ILS Zulu, Silex, enter, select arrival, R dot on the rocker, oh no, R dot, Rocker 3. R dot, Rocker 3. Enter. Alright. So that is in the box. Let's go ahead and change our HSI mode to the one we like. Let's go ahead and change the course to FMS nav. That is set up. This is the old flight plan, so we can go back here, get you reset up over there. V1 fuels around 800 gallons is the refuel in gallons. Well, right now we are, oh shoot, 25, 575, yeah, we're done. We're done with the fueling, so let's go back out here. We'll stop that. And then we will, oh, I should have turned those off. Stop refueling. Cool. Close the panel. If I can find the click spot. Nope. Alright. Refueling is complete. Fuel 575 checks and rear quantity checks, so that looks good. Fuel used. I actually don't know how to reset the fuel used. I don't know how to manipulate that switch to reset the fuel use, so we're not going to worry about that. You can see my ground equipment? Really? Well, let's get the van out there. Let's get the bags out there. Can you see those? Take a screenshot of that. Pull it, hold left and right click, I believe. I can't pull it though, that's the thing. Oh, pull and right click. Yeah, thank you. Alright, that's reset, but now my gross weight is like 97,000 pounds. That's not correct at all. I wish there was a way to just sync that gross weight panel. This is where I need to mess around with this more, because it seems a little bit more complicated than my small brain can comprehend right now. Because I thought with JetCard you'd be able to just import it and then it comes automatically. But we're looking, we need a 29.1 is going to be our gross weight. I'm not sure where that's going to stop. But we also need to set our new takeoff data. And we'll sync the weight. This one is saying 31.6. We overfuel ourselves? Yeah, we overfueled ourselves. 31.6 is what we're looking for over here. But this just continues to spin down. Indefinitely. Why can't it just be a normal spin switch? 31. Alright, 31.6 is what we're looking for. We're actually going to set this on this one. Rate is 11 o'clock. Baro is set, and we're going up to 40, I believe. We're going to try to get to 40 on this one. 40 is set. Alright, that's all set. That's set. Need to refile our flight plan real quick, so let me refile this. Let me reconnect. That's how the knob works in real life. It's a pain in the ass? Really? Great. I guess I just need to figure out like what it's supposed to be doing. Then it will make more sense. Let me refile my flight plan here so I can get back on Iveo. Alright, we're going to file this one, 287. This actually says 450, but I don't know if I'm going to do that. So, alright, submit. We're now Prestige 814. Reconnect. Do 450? Well, let's see if we can get up there. We overfueled though. Oh no, shoot, that's not the barrel. It's that 8,000 foot cabin. Alright, cool. That's set. Trim's coming down to the green band. Get my yoke back up here for a second. Give me a Toga. Where's you at? Boom. Go around, go around. That is all done. So let's close that page off. Let's get rid of the EFB. Let's go outside. The van is still here, but let's close up shop and start up and go. Half the time now I spent 10 minutes just staring at my airplane library trying to decide which one to fly. I've been there, dude. Whoa. Started going up an invisible ramp. Alright, we're closed up. Actually, we're not completely closed up. Door and van go away. And then we need to make sure JetCard has us ready to go. We are ready to go. Lucas Cox is on board. Yeah, I've pressed sync bugs and sync weight like 15 times. We're 31.6. We're looking for a VR of 112. So they're all set. That's slats 20 on that one. Alright, before start. Booster pumps coming on. These are all ground. I wish I could... It's kind of hard to see the position of those switches. It is annoying. Those are all set for start. Boost pumps are set for start. Let's get the seatbelts. Emergency lights are on. Cabin is no smoking light are coming on. Anti-collision to all. I guess I should have shut those off there after we landed. Let's start them up. Let's actually set this, since it's so loud out here. Let's see if we can hear it a little bit better. Starting 2. I also need to bind that. Zach Dill, what's up, man? Haven't caught a stream in a bit. Hope all is well. Hey, thanks for 37 months support, my man. Appreciate you. All is well, dude. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, that second engine start is almost just drowned out completely by the by the APU. You can actually hear number 2, or actually in this case number 3, starting up a little bit better. Get all our lights on. We got 2, 3, let's go 1. %, fuel on. ITT is rolling back. Stable. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Those are all good. So that's all started. We're going to go gen off over here. Bleed air off. We're going to send the stop signal. And AP is going to come offline. We'll turn the generator off. When this gets to 0. And we'll shut off the APU master. So that is good. We are set. Flaps 20. Slats coming out. Flaps coming out behind them. The slat model or flat model is pretty good. You just have to hack mode to get out there. Alright, so we've got flaps, slats 20, set, trim, set, mock trim is on, pitos to go. What's this light down here? I'm not sure what that is. Number 2 BK pump. Let's get out of here. Arcata traffic, Prestige A17 taxi 32. Shows there's pressure on the 2 braking system. Oh, the parking brake. Yeah.
Arcata traffic, Prestige 346, taxi runway 32, behind company 3-holer.
Company 3. We've got a lot of traffic out here tonight. Oh, that was a nice quick turnaround. Let's go. I wish it was a little bit more whiny on the outside. John, thanks up, man. So if you wouldn't have Nation as a tri-hull corporate jet, we big time. I know, dude. We got 10 of them. We're gonna see what they're flying. We're gonna open a base. We're gonna do. That's what I got to do on this leg. Is we're gonna get jet card. We're gonna get VEC caught up here. V1 executive charters will be caught up. Takeoff data and roaches are set, indeed. Let's go ahead and get pitos on. Actually, they're already on. There they go. Off. Pitos are on. Alright, before takeoff checklist, ignitions, boosters, pitos, belts, lights are coming on. All of them. Wing lights on. Watch where you're going. Where is the dim switch for this guy? That's that guy. That's that guy. Cool. Look at that 7.5. Okay, to traffic Prestige A17 taking off runway 32, departing 32 to the southeast. Arcata traffic. We're looking for 98.2, 96.8 climb thrust. Yeah, John, that first leg was to kind of knock the rust off. Now we're gonna be styling. Look at that little subtle wing flex out there. That's really nice. I'm just so glad we have something other than garments to look at. Spool them up. Set takeoff thrust. Thrust set. check. Up we go. Oh yeah, my profile's way better than Vodka's. Right, gear up. Yeah, it's really quiet on behind the outside, isn't it?
Arcata traffic, Prestige 346, lining up runway 32.
400 feet. Climb. Let's do heading. Climb thrust is 97.2. Really?
Traffic, November 757.
Flaps up.
Fox,
Heading, let's start a turn to the left. We're not going to do the full sit here. Slats up. Keep that heading blowing around. For the sake of time, we're going to cut the corner. Gosh.
Arcata traffic, Prestige 346, departing runway 2.
That is a beautiful jet, though, is it not? We're going to cut the sit off here. We'll keep lower the nose a little bit. Got a little aggressive there on the turn. What do we got? We got Fortuna in the box. Let's go direct, Fort, enter. We're going to keep going. Let's set 450 after I hit nav. Direct Fortuna, nav, FMS climb. We're going to press this in so we get thousands. We're going to try to get to 450 on this flight. To help us out with the climb thrust, we'll engage the auto throttle, if I can find the click spot. After I do this. Oh, no auto throttle on this leg. Interesting. Okay. So we're our own auto throttles, looking for 97.2-ish as our max thrust. So there's Arcata. Where's Eureka? Kika? Where are you at? Should be right by the river somewhere in here. There she is. Right there, 1 o'clock. So we'd shoot that ILS and then break off special VFR and land right there.
Arcata traffic at November 757 Alpha Fox, lining up 32.
FA50 just got an update already to build? For what? Man, I feel like I'm behind. I should have updated before this leg. A bit sportier than the Navajo departing Arcata, I imagine. Yes, definitely, man, definitely. Man, I like this two-tone gray. I'm very curious to see how our VEC livery will look on this. Black gloss. Yep, Cody, that's the trim running. That is the trim. Small patch for inoperative rudder. Oh, okay. Nothing crazy. I'm going to hand fly this up a little ways here. We'll see. I think I got my profile locked in. If you have a Bruner, I'll be able to upload this. We're going to stay in the regular climb for a while or else we'll never get up there. Alright. She's trimmed out. Autopilot yaw dampers engaged.
November 757 Alpha Fox, taking off 32.
And we're tracking towards Fortuna. At a 10,000 feet, landing lights off, taxi light, wing lights off. Those can all stay on. This is going to go ground start. Booster pumps are fine. Smoke them if you got them. We'll leave the seatbelt sign on until we get up altitude here a little bit. Reset my drone camera here. Yes, sir. Alright, sounds are coming down a little bit. Let me double check the jet card. You guys have control. We are in flight, airborne, looking good. Alright. Man, that's... You cannot tell me 3 engines are not better than 2 engines in terms of looks. That looks so good, man. I love the SOV, and I love the 10. Man, do I love 3-holders. We'll get up to altitude. We'll do a full-blown cabin tour on this one as well. Sync the heading bug. 17.2 for 350. Power should be 98.1, a little bit hot on 1 and 2 there. Just about to hit midnight in Scotland. Go catch some Z's. Have a great night. Take it easy, Ryan. What do you think about the hand flying? It feels great. A little sluggish on the roll, but really good flight model. First impressions. Yeah, the only thing that I would look at is on rotation. I don't know if that's my Bruner not being dialed in. I feel like I've fixed it, but my first rotation, when I just had a kind of a default profile that I used, it felt almost bouncy. I don't know, like maybe my trim's just not set right for takeoff. Maybe I need to be setting my trim a little bit more aft. Other than that, it's pretty dang good in roll and after getting off the ground. And that initial rotation and almost that initial flare, it seems to be a little extra sensitive. But it also might you just might need practice, you know, myself included. I just need practice getting the handle on this thing. Flight model got patched for release? Yes, we are on the latest version, I believe. Other than there's a version that just dropped. We are on version 1.0, so I believe there's probably a 1.1 now that came out. But yeah. Oh, we forgot to open the window again, dang it. Move our armrest out of the way. Alright, 2992 is set. We'll climb. Let's enjoy some vibes here for a minute. An update for you, Team Vodka? Alright. I don't know what Nabil's talking about then. We need to just chill. We need like some chill music, man. Oh yeah. Falcon chillin'. It's in the Contrail Discord? Alright. Oh, for 2020 only, says Jeff Simpson. Okay, 2020 only. So, if, Prodigus, are you using a Moza or are you using regular spring yoke? So, I do... Let's talk about the design here of the Falcon real quick as we're climbing out, because it is pretty cool in what they've come to, what they are chasing here with Falcon is they've never lost, well, I don't know, it was an older video that I watched. I watched a video about the Falcon and their corporate jets, and at the time of the video that was made, it said there was never a hull loss due to high speed, high altitude departure from flight. There was never any type of structural failure. There was never a whole loss for loss of control. And if you look at the Falcon, immediately you're going to see the tail plane, which in the Falcon they do call this the tail plane. It is a downward sloping tail plane, which means it is an anhedral design. Most aircraft, when you see, have a dihedral, which is slightly up. Now, the benefit to having this anhedral tail plane with a slightly dihedral wing is you're going to dramatically reduce the adverse yaw in flight, especially high altitude. So the threat of losing an engine at high altitude and high speed, if you have a yaw moment and roll over, you can essentially get yourself into a very bad situation very fast where structural failure would probably be imminent. So Falcon went after they've done a couple different things here. So first, we talked about earlier, the ailerons, 100% hydraulic. There are no cables, there are no pulleys to the ailerons. It's actually steel tubing that runs from the hydraulic actuator to the aileron servos. This is to reduce flutter, and even if the aircraft was to be in an abnormal state and you had Mach 1, or essentially shock wave, what is it, like shock? I forget that. I should save this conversation tomorrow when I've had some sleep other than, being awake for 30 plus hours. But what can happen at high altitude and into supersonic flight, we'll get what's known as aileron flutter. So to keep everything 100% rigid in all phases, they went with steel tubing. And the combination of the tail plane with the anhedral and dihedral really reduces that roll. Now, what's interesting is when everyone saw SimCFI's video, said, well, it doesn't roll like it should. And I agree with his assessment in that initial video where, when you have full rudder, the aircraft will eventually roll over to that side because of accelerating that wing. But when you look at the MD-11, which is what he showed in his comparison, the MD-11 is actually the complete opposite. It's a dihedral tailplane for a very specific reason, that you actually wanted to induce roll. If you lost an engine, you needed roll control because you had outboard engines on the MD-11 DC-10. So if you were to lose an engine in flight, maintaining roll control was very important, and having the ability to roll with the rudder. So that's why you get that very distinct dihedral tailplane on the DC-10 MD-11. That was part of the design set for that, where the Falcon is complete opposite. They're doing everything they can to reduce roll during an adverse yaw situation. So you combine that with a yaw damper, and you combine that with their flight control system, it is a very smooth flight airplane. Jiff says it flies very smooth at 370 knots. We usually descend at the barber pole if it's smooth. So there you go. So Jiff's obviously had some, he's got some firsthand experience on it, which is awesome. Jeff Faviano says, I'm trying to make a livery for my Embraer 110, but I give up these KTX 2000s for the birds. Dead to me. Jeff, that Embraer 110, man, I'm tempted. I'm very tempted, dude. I love the Banderanti in X-Plane 11, man. X-Plane 11. I'm very tempted, dude. I've seen it. I've looked at it. It's the closest I'm going to get to a Beech 99. So I probably should get it, I probably should get it. We're a little overjuiced here. I'm not sure what this song is, but transition over 7.0 Mach. Could give it a little more. 98. She's starting to peter out. I don't know if we'll get to 45. I don't know if... Can this go to 45? Jiff, what's the service ceiling on the Falcon 50? I feel like 45 is asking a lot here. Maybe at this weight we'll be able to do it because we don't have a whole lot of gas, but... I just love this view right here. What's up, CSM? Yeah, the Dreamfoil 110. The Dreamfoil, yeah. Transfer pumps should be on. These? Oh no, that's transfer intercom. Those pumps should be on? Fuel pressure is holding. That's one thing I don't like about this overhead is you can't really tell which position the switch is at. It's almost like I need to... You have to... That's why when you look at it from an angle, it's definitely easier to tell. When you look at it straight on, so it's like, is that in the middle position or up position? It's certified to 490. Somebody passed us already down there? Oh, look at that. Now we just started contrailing. Oh, I'm gonna need to, once we get to 45, I'm definitely gonna need to hit the lav real quick. Was that the 7.5? Oh, because once we get to cruise, we gotta take a look at our fleet assessment for jet card. I also need to figure out, are you guys getting the jet card to work natively with the J phone? I gotta figure that out. Man, this is like a perfect angle. I don't even want to change it. This livery is sharp. Man, our VEC livery is going to get a run for its money here on the Falcon with this two-tone gray metallic look. Man, maybe we should have like a carbon fiber theme on that. Opinion on flight model, please. In my limited flying of it so far, I'm pretty pleased with it. I said the only thing that I'm a little unsure of right now, and I think it might just be a skill issue on my end, is in rotation. And in the flare, it does tend to be a bit sensitive in the pitch. But I don't know if that's inherent to the real aircraft, where you just really got to be locked in on the trim and to mitigate that. But that's really the only thing where I'm not struggling, but it stands out as I need to practice rotation and that last flare. But once you're up and flying, it is very smooth feeling. It feels great. Try adding some curve. I have a totally different system, man. I run a Brunner force feedback. It's completely different. So, yeah, I essentially can run curve through my force profile, which I will continue to tweak. But I don't want to tweak it too much because the unique handling characteristics of the airplane, I do want them to be present. I just don't want to make... I think where we get too carried away as simmers is we try to make every airplane feel exactly the same, which it shouldn't. They're all going to feel... Well, they may feel very similar, but there'll be some airplanes that have some nuances to them that if you try to mitigate with either curves or dead zones or whatever, you're kind of missing the experience on flying that airplane. But after you update your firmware, I think you're missing some of the functionality I have in these profiles. I don't know, Vodka. Yours seemed way like it was way. I don't know what's going on, dude. Every time you send me a profile, it's so light. So I don't know, man. I'm not sure. Like, I'll send you, well, I can't do it now, but I'll send you my profile. It locks in at 250-ish knots. Feels good, man. No, I have updated my firmware. I'm on the latest, dude. I'm on 5.9. I'm on 5.9. You just got bigger guns flying the guppy down. Jeff says Vodka just likes to rotate his 7.3s with pinkies out. Pinkies only, 100%. I would agree. Jeff, did you pick up the 50 yet? Or are you still messing with your liveries on the Banderanti? Oh, yeah, look at that shot. The sun is setting. Then we'll do a cabin tour into the dark. Are we actually at cruise altitude yet? No, 36.3. She is petering out 700 feet a minute. What is our... Shoot, 98.1, really? Why wasn't I getting auto throttle? There we go. Now the auto throttle's got it. See, look at that wing. I want to say it needs something, but go look at Falcon 50 wings on Google, on YouTube. They look pretty dang clean. There's a great video breakdown. I watched it because I was super bored on my overnight. A full like a 1224 inspection maintenance overhaul on a Falcon 50, and they were walking around the slats and walking around the wing, and the slats were spotless. There wasn't a fingerprint on them. They look great. The top of the wing looked great. I'm like, man, that looks pretty dang similar to the Falcon 50 we got in the sim, but maybe a little bit of grime, a little bit of streaking around the vortex generators. But here's the other thing too. When I flew corporate, we took pride in our jet and making sure it was 100% spotless every time we could. Like, I would be out there, you know, you show up, hurry up and wait. That's the old corporate adage. I mean, you hurry up and wait. I'd be there walking around the jet, everything all set up. I'd have the microfiber towels, and I'd be buffing the slats, making there wasn't a bug spot, there wasn't a fingerprint, there wasn't a piece of dirt on our jet. Now, when you fly for a 135 or something, I'm sure that it's a little bit different because you're basically flying an airliner schedule and fleet type with corporate jets. But when you're flying Par 91, that jet is that's your paycheck, that's your home, that's your baby, and we always kept it clean. So, I don't know. And this livery is slapping. I don't know what it is. It's that flat gray. I'm going to have to talk to our paint shop. Take pride in your Brunner, update the firmware. Oh yeah, I've never done that. How do I do that, Vodka? How do you update the firmware in the Brunner? Look at that. That is cool. We'll back it up a little bit, give you a little bit more real, like the window. Oh, chat, that's a vibe. What does Jeff say? Vibe sesh. Vibe sesh for Fabiano here. I worked at a small field years ago, 3,000 foot runway. We get DA50s in there. It was always fun to watch. They have a great short field capacity. Oh, yeah. $38 is a steal. I agree, Jeff. And, you know, as simmers, we always, we want to take a... I'm not talking about the Falcon in particular, but, you know, we'll buy an airplane for $25, $30, $40, $50 and want to compare it to their, $65, $85, $100 million counterparts. And if one thing does not match up exactly as the book says, then we throw a hissy fit about it. So with that said, I think for $38, it is very, very fairly priced. I'm having a whole lot of fun flying it, and I've been awake for 40 hours now, I think. Yeah, I'm closing in on 40 hours awake, and I'm still having a blast. But I also want to point out we've talked about this before, and it happened with Lars, and it happened with this Falcon 50. So what SimCFI brought up, the roll was not when he mashed on the rudder, which, I mean, hats off to SimCFI for mashing on the rudder looking for adverse, or it's not really adverse yaw, but for the roll effect with the rudder. I wouldn't have thought to do that. Sometimes we do our flight test flights and do that stuff, but normally I don't just take off and mash on the rudder to see things, which maybe I should start doing that now, honestly. regardless, so he discovered that the airplane wasn't behaving like it should when you have full rudder. What Contrail, what Lars had done is they had programmed it in the flight model code 100, or they programmed it in the flight model code as it should be from the book, with the dihedral being with a value of whatever it was, 1 or 0, whatever it is, which was what the book has and what the Falcon has. But in the flight sim SDK or whatever they use, the software that they use, it actually had the opposite effect of what happens to the airplane when you do that specific input. So we've talked about this many times, where it's like you can math and numbers and POH an airplane and a dev to death. But at the end of the day, if you get in the sim and you fly it and it doesn't feel right or fly right, then you have to break away from the book a little bit and try to you got to find that balance between mathing an airplane to death and what does it feel like in the sim. And so what they ended up having to do, what Lars ended up doing, is he actually put in a value that was not what the real airplane value would be in real life, but to get it to act like it would in real life, he had to do the opposite in the sim. So, I mean, shout out to them for figuring that out and getting it corrected. But how many times on this channel have we said, man, we can't, it's like, well, if the book says it does this, okay, I understand the book says it does this, but in real life, this is how it behaves. Let's try to make the sim airplane behave like the airplane does in real life, because the book is just a book, right? That's, 100% perfect airplane on a 100% perfect standard day with 100% perfect control inputs, right? How often does that happen? Probably never. So, but it is cool that they were able to isolate that and fix that issue for sure. So, and I just, I don't know Lars. I haven't met him in person. I believe he's German, so I'm sure he didn't take offense to that, because, I mean, the Germans don't get offended hardly with anything, right? But he was, awesome fixing it. Also, you guys knew that I had problems getting this airplane to run. Man, he spent 3 days trying to help me troubleshoot the airplane, why I couldn't get it to load, why it was crashing my sim, sending me different builds. I mean, just a really nice guy. So I'm very excited that they're in the airplane making business now, because if this is their first one, I can't wait to see what they got coming down the pipe if they continue down this path, because I'm loving the 50 so far, and man, who knows? Maybe they'll stick with tri-jets. Hopefully, maybe a 50EX. That would be cool, right? Since you already got the 50, what about an EX version? Just please don't do Garmin. What was the nuclear option? So, Flight Sim guy, I actually didn't even have to nuke it. What I had to do, well, the last version that came out when I got home this morning, I re-downloaded the latest version, and Lars had done some more tweaking on some back-end stuff. And, this was like I'm not joking when I say this, probably 30th to 40th attempt of loading a new version, or doing something and then trying to load it again, literally 30, 40 times. So I didn't have any expectation that this latest version would work. But I loaded up the sim, I launched it, and it worked. And Lars had said that he'd worked on some back-end stuff in the code to fix, or he didn't know if it would fix it or not. He didn't even tell me until I told him. I'm like, hey man, I don't know what you did, but this last version I loaded up and it works. And then he mentioned me what he worked on, and so I was super excited, because the only other nuclear option I had, I don't know if it was 100% tied to this FSS-72, but the only other airplane in my sim that I cannot fly, and I've reached out to FSS, and I don't know if they're working on my activation code or whatever, is the 727. Whenever I select the airplane, it crashes the sim. The sim doesn't crash. It locks up. It freezes 100%. So I have to task manager end it, and it's not a livery issue. It's not a version issue. I've downloaded, updated re-updated, uninstalled. I've deleted every WASM folder on the computer. I've deleted every file folder on the computer, and it was still giving me the issues. So I reached out to FSS, and I'm going to see what happens. But I think part of my problem was that I got a very early activation code. Remember, I had pre-release 727 on 2020. That airplane went through so many updates, and at one point, their activation code, there was like a new method that if you had the old one, it would lock up. You had to reactivate it. And I think somehow, some way, that got messed up in there. All right, let's do a cabin tour before we get to Burbank, because now we're over SFO. I don't know if we're ever going to get to 45, man. We're doing 200 feet a minute. Let's see if we can... can I knock the speed? I just don't know which one is the speed. So if I go IAS hold... Isn't there... Yeah, let's do this. Let's do 7-0. Let's get up there, baby. What lights do I have on up here that I need to turn off? Let's turn these off. Oh, these are the instrument panel lights. Let's keep those on. Center aisle. Let's keep those on. That's the side. Oh. Alright. Oh, you know what? It's smooth. Seatbelt sign is off. Why are we leveling at 41.3? I don't think we're going to make it to 45. Let's do 420. $42. There's 1,000 to go. Oh. Got some coffee. Coffee and cinnamon. Here is our tray table. We can do some work here. Oh, look at the view with the coming through the window right there. Oh my gosh. And look at there's Golden Gate Bridge. That is cool. Hold on. The Falcon over SFO and Blue Hour might be my favorite thing I've ever done. Look at that screenshot. Oh. Chat. Are we looking at the same thing here? The Falcon 50 over the bay at Blue Hour? Oh my goodness. 50B is a 35 to 39. Even 450 is a ceiling on paper. All right, Jeff. There you go. Thanks. All right. Yeah. I thought 45 was going to be a bit aggressive. This is real life. Can I get some real life emojis in chat? I'm going to hire some people on JetCard right now just because this is so much real life here. Let's go check out the application center. Take a look at our fleet here. I don't even want to show you guys JetCard because it looks too good. I don't want to change the background for you. All right, let's take a look at our company. Man, there are not many people flying Falcons. I'm surprised. There's only 4 Falcons in use of 10. Still got 6. All right, into the admin page. Some of us are mid-trip. 1 DSC, what's your name? Oh, you're mid-trip. That's why. Yeah, I know what you're saying. My bad. I'm looking through Rev. Is anybody in the chat that has an application pending? Let's see. Matt Hudson. Let's go ahead and let's hire you. Let's send you to Teterboro. Look at SFO off the left. Hayden Smith, 0 rep. That ain't gonna cut it, my friend. Michael Williams, you apply Green Dragon 917, huh? Might have to reapply. I don't see that name anywhere. You're taking one to Japan next week, Chris? A Falcon? Oh, you mean in the sim? Jackson Gilliam wants to go to Cincinnati. Best I could do is Teterboro. Welcome aboard, sir. Sean W. He wants to go to Richmond. Closest best I can give you is Teterboro. Welcome aboard, sir. Jackson Smith wants to be in Charlotte. Best I can give you is Key West. Welcome aboard, sir. Algorithm wants to be up in Canada. That's close to Teterboro. Welcome aboard, Algorithm. Brendan Wright. He wants to be in Des Moines, Iowa. Closest I can give you is Friday Harbor. Welcome aboard, sir. Ooh, we have someone that wants to be in your home based is in EGGP. You sound like you want to be in LSGG. Accept. Welcome aboard, Daza. Ooh, somebody down here with a 64 rep wants to be in San Diego. Best I can do is Burbank. Welcome aboard, J-Cat. Let's see. John Stinchcomb wants to be in Baltimore, Maryland. Best I can do is Medellin. Welcome aboard, John. He's from Baltimore. He's probably a fighter, so he'll be all right down there in the Medellin. 56 Smalls wants to be in Sacramento. Since I was just in Sacramento yesterday, welcome aboard, sir. Best I can do is let's send you to Burr. Welcome aboard, 56 Smalls. All right, how we doing on hiring? Let's take a look at our roster. Overview. We have 205 pilots and 110 aircraft. Perfect. 100% rep. We're cooking. You're cooking with chat. Cooking with gas. Cooking with chat. Jeez. Cooking with gas. All right. I need to dim some of these avionics. Best I can give you 6 states over. Close enough, Migs. Remember, if you did just get hired, make sure that they meet all the rep. Yeah, they met the rep and hours. Yes, Team Vodka, they did. They all met rep, and I hired all the 60s. Pretty much 60 rep. If you have a 60 rep or above right now, and you're on the app, you'll be applied. So one quick thing though, if you are new and you just applied, or you're starting to fly, or you want to fly with VEC, make sure you get in the Discord and claim the VEC role, because you're going to gain access to our custom liveries, our paint shop company announcements. Eventually, I'm going to start trying to schedule some. I'm going to try tomorrow to schedule a group flight, sort of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at some charter options, and I'm going to place some aircraft at a location. You're going to see myself be assigned to multiple airframes. That's how I'm taking those airframes out of service. So if you see me assigned to, like 7 or 8 airframes, that's because I'm holding them for a stream. And then we'll either all go into the same destination, or we're all going to be departing out of the same destination. Because what we can do is we can move our fleet around to, say, let's just say Burbank, for example. And then if I lock those aircraft in Burbank, If you want to fly a group departure or whatever, we can all load in at Burbank. You can generate a trip from Burbank. Maybe you'll generate to the same destination that I'm going to or not. It doesn't matter. But it'd be cool to have like a prestige push at the same time where all the prestige is going on our own little flights or going to the same destination. So that'll be coming. I'm actually going to try to do that tomorrow. So if you do want to fly along tomorrow on VEC, we all will be on IVEO, and we will be on tomorrow evening for the second stream. First stream is going to be the F100, or excuse me, F70. I think we're going to do some America West ops in the F70 tomorrow. Yes, if you're in the Discord, you'll be publicly shamed for bad landings. Exactly. Man, what a beautiful blue hour night. Ooh, our gray bird is turning black. I like it. I don't know. What is ours going to look like? Maybe we should do a black and gray. Or black and silver? I don't know. We're going to have to let Whiskey Throttle cook. Might have to modify our livery. I don't know, though. Our livery looks pretty sick. That flat black versus over gloss, it looks pretty dang good. And then the November ones are all flat black over chrome, bare metal. Oh, yes, the Colorado base. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to put some aircraft there. Our next base of operation will be a mixed fleet base with Falcon 50s as well. Anybody have any guesses? Vodka, what's the ICAO again? Yes, I got it. Any guesses? Let me double check, make sure I want this in this, but I could always move it if it's not correct. But Aspen or Telluride or bust? No, because it's I'm torn. I'm torn on Telluride or Steamboat Springs. Because Steamboat Springs has got a little better setup. It also has a higher charter weight. Actually, Vodka, what is why did we say no to Telluride? SBS. Yeah, the 2,000-foot cliffs. Yeah, it's going to be SBS for now. If we want to move it, we are able to move it. But I'm going to open it up now. Steamboat Springs will be our kind of our mid-continent. So now, if I show you guys what I'm looking at here, minimize it a little bit maybe. No? All right. We have kind of the golden triangle. We've got Friday Harbor, Burbank, Steamboat Springs. So when you're generating trips, if within a certain mileage, if you haven't touched through base, not necessarily the aircraft's base, but any base in the system, you're gonna open yourself up to some very unique flying. You're not going to be too far from Teterboro, so if you want to break up a flight from, say, Burbank to Teterboro, you can stop in Steamboat. Key West, Columbia. We have more Colombian airports now. I'm going to be sending some Falcon 50s down there to Medellin because the latest update, we added a lot of Colombia airports, so it's really neat. Also, we're going to open a small turboprop base in Ukiah for the P-180 as well. So the entire western half of the U.S. will be set. We've got the eastern seaboard pretty much set. The last one I really want to set up is somewhere in Mexico. I haven't decided where yet, but Steamboat Springs is now open. I don't have any aircraft there yet. Tomorrow I'll probably be moving some aircraft around. Start getting them set up where they in a little better area. All right, let me see where we're at. Zoom in, red hot, we're 82 miles. Probably going to start down though. I'm moving to the Keys and flying out west sounds like the sweet life. Heck yeah, man. Just one Phenom? Yeah, we can probably move some of those... yeah, we could probably move some of those Phenoms to see a Steamboat. I looked at dropping leases, Vodka. I don't think I want to drop any leases just yet because it does cost money. I think we're better off just letting them coast, letting people fly them when they want to fly them. But let's turn these instrument lights down. Where is the brightness knob for this particular guy? How do I turn this guy down a little bit? Invert. That'll help. We'll invert that for now. Alright. We're going to need to start down real soon. I'm going to take a quick lav break. You have control. I'm going to take a quick lav break, and then we're going to start down for the approach. Alright, Sam F., you have control. Don't mess with anything. I'll be right back, and then we're going to set up for Burbank. Alright, what are we doing? My goodness, the views in this thing are just amazing. That wing actually looks really good too in this light, right? I mean, that looks pretty dang... I mean, where we complain about the wing? I mean, do we need dirt? I don't know. I gotta look at more Falcon wings. It looks good though. Let's see the arrival. What did we file? Rocker 3. Red Hot 240. Right, we need to set 24. VNAV. Red Hot 240. that's not working. 240, enter. Alright, so that's all set. So now, if I arm VNav, red hot at 24, we're at 41. Let's do some backup math. I know we're at 42. So we're 44 miles out. Why do I feel like we need to be starting down soon? VNav is armed. We're at 42. We need to get to 24. That's 18 times 3. That's 54 miles. We're past our path. Why are we past our path? Okay, so in that case, let's go descend. 80. That seemed aggressive. Seemed very aggressive. Let's see what she does. I see the first ever 777-9 went to the North Pole. No, I didn't. I'm just trying to catch the path. I don't know. Where is there like a VNav advisory page? It says inactive. How do you make it active? Planet Cross rocker at 12,000. Alright, first ever night landing in the Falcon 50, and we're going into Burbank. What could go wrong? Let's back up the ILS 8 information. We need 1095. 1095 both sides. That looks good. Let's put the bearing side up on number 2. Let's go bearing pointer nav 1 on the FO side. That looks good. 8-1. We decided to stop descending. That's because the auto throttle's on, right? So if I turn you off and bring the power out, it should descend to maintain 8.0 Mach in the descent. Alright. That's cool. You can see the screens in the cabin there. Is Team Vodka my business partner? Yes, he is. Alright, that's coming off. That's coming off. METAR, what does the weather say for Bob Hope? 190 at 710 miles clear. Altimeter 2988. 88 is set. Now, is there a... Where's the other? There's got to be more lighting in this thing. So we got the dome. Side lights. There you go. Alright, there we go. There's no, like, glare shield. Like, oh, there is, yeah. So that's kind of what's... I see. Alright. Is there a cabin light switch anywhere? Some lights to the cabin, perhaps? It's weird. I didn't even know these were click spots because the mouse cursor doesn't change. That's funny. Oh, what are this? No, that's coffee stuff. They're in Steamboat. Which ones did you move, Vodka? I don't think you can reassign them. A Sovereign? Let's see. Yeah, see, only I can reassign the base. I'll reassign the ones in Steamboat. Everything in Steamboat, you want me to reassign? Alright. Reassign. Yeah, there's only to see all that. Teterboro. Oh, you stole one from Teterboro? Don't tell Bill's Mafia. Friday Harbor Phenoms. Confirm. I probably should be paying attention to what we're doing here. Alright. I got a couple reassigned there for you too. Golly, you can't tell me the Falcon is not just so cool to have something so much different. I love it. Alright, red hot inbound. We're over 24 thou. Sounds are coming up a little bit more. Can I turn off this air? Oh. That's 1,000 to go. We'll keep scrolling it down. Might have been too late. Alright, just switched over to 300. Silex is at or above 4. 4 is set. Right now we're headed to Iggy. I want to change this data. Which one do I change? We have data. Ground speed, time to go 2 minutes. There we go. Oh, Honks was at... Those were all at 24. Yeah, I don't know if she's going to fly VNAV stars. Will she capture her last minute? No. It's just set 19. How many airframes does the company have, Migs? We have 110 aircraft with 205 pilots. There's 1,000 to go. Yeah, we came down way too fast there. We gotta clear those hills up there before we start getting down. Rocker is above 12. Xtel 19, so a good tell Xtel at 19. Felix Plain, what's up, man? A comment on the low pass. I have no idea what those guys were doing, man. What was that low pass all about? I saw a little video of it, but I'm like, why? Why are they doing low passes in a 777? I have no idea. Oh. In preparation for landing, please assure that all tray tables are upright position, stowed in upright position. Man, West Coast at night, beautiful. Santa Barbara off the right-hand side. That wingtip was 4 feet away from a green dot? I know, man. What was the point of that? Was there, like, I don't even know what that 777 was doing. It is, Steven. It truly is, man. East Coast is so mid, dude. I can't fly East Coast anymore. I'm so burnt out from flying East Coast. It's not start clacking yet, 3:30. Let's go direct to rocker. Direct rocker. I thought we were a lot closer than we actually are. It's almost as dark in X-Plane 12 cockpit in the daytime. Jeff L., I hear you, man. Well, I hope that 707 doesn't have that problem because I want to fly X-Plane 12 for that 707, dude. That 707 look pretty good. That wing was the best wing I've ever seen in X-Plane 12, or X-Plane 11. One of the best looking wings I've seen. Alright, instrument lights are those. Shield lights. What are shield lights? Oh, so that's the background flood. Okay, I got you. I don't know center side. So that's over there. Okay. We're learning. Overhead. Instruments, center console. Shield's gotta come down. Cabin lights off. Cabin lights on. Can you close the door though? Can you close the curtain? I know you can. I don't know which one we have simulated though. Or maybe we have no door on this one. There's an option for the no door. I think we're in the no door option. Yeah, we're in the no door. We're on the no door plan on this one. Yeah, I thought we were way further ahead, Vodka. We're at 19K. Yeah, it's... Yeah. My bad. We're burning some gas, though. Yeah, we got plenty of fuel. Yeah, we're 19K. We got plenty of gas. We overfueled it by like 4,000 pounds. Which is good for Burbank. It'll shorten it up. I almost feel like... Jiff, do you always land 48? Or is flaps 20 a common landing setting for the 50? Because, man, at 48, you get slow, she drops, that's for sure. I'm just wondering if 20 might be a little bit more forgiving. I don't know if that's an acceptable landing selection, though. Yeah, not overfueled, we tankered, exactly. We did tanker gas from Arcata, it's cheaper up there. Full flaps for juice? I know, but dude, the full 5, we chunked it in. I'm gonna damage my landing challenges. My first landing was 80. It's always 48. Okay. Well, we just got to get good then, because the last one sucked. Alright, let's see. Landing. Sync bugs. 29.1. 119 VAP. So we need to be like 125 or else she stalls. Slats Flardy 8. 29.1. We need 32 feet. It is dry. Alright, rocker's supposed to be at 12 and 15. 12,000 set. Or 12 and 11, excuse me. Rocker 250, 12 and 11. I know, we need Randazzo here for some Falcon 50 advice, man. Do we want this one there, or do we want like a cheat view over here somewhere? It's kind of hard to tell at night. Do we even care about that view there? I don't know. I like having the window. There she is on the horizon, finally. I didn't realize I'd be here so late. 6:40 tonight. My goodness. Guys, hit the like button if you like staying up for 40 hours. Hit the like button if you like me staying up for 40 hours so we can stream Falcon on release day. I was not anticipating being here this late. I don't even like being awake 16 hours a day. Well, I hear you. Alright, 10 miles from Rocker. I don't know why the VNAV waypoint was active. Or it was. We need 2,300 feet per minute. I feel like I should just stick with my plan of vertical speed. Someone's got a beacon down there. Glad it's a clear night. Alright, we're at 18,000 feet. Altimeters 2992 set. That looks good. Taxi, wing, landing lights all coming on. I'm going to take you out of descent mode, and I'm going to put you in... I got to learn this panel. Vertical speed. And now we're going to slow down a little bit. Zeppi between 10 and 9. We'll set 10 since we're doing 300 knots. Then from here, do we have Mickey on this arrival? We do. Direct Mickey. Beautiful. Burbank traffic, Prestige 814, about 15 miles north of Mikey. Set up for Alice Zulu 8, Burbank traffic. Where's the Hollywood sign? Is it on the other set of mountains? Or is that it? That's not it, is it? That's not the Hollywood sign, is it? Or is it on these mountains up here?
Descend.
Whoa, we got TCAS? Oh yeah, look.
Climb. Climb now.
Haha. No, we're not going to, but that's cool. We've got TCAS right there. We're beating this guy in. It's a 7-3. Let's cut the corner even further. Direct. Silex. Cross it at 3,700.
Traffic, traffic. Descend. Descend.
I really wish there was a vertical speed sheet window. Oh. I can't set my vertical
Clear of
speed.
conflict.
There we go. I wish there was a vertical speed cheat screw. Is it this one? This is the one right here. Okay. Keep coming down. I guess we'll try this replay thing again one more time. But I'll wait to turn it on until we get a little bit closer. 12 miles out, we need to be at 3,700. 4.6. Power's coming back. Give me the first notch of air brakes. Hit the approach mode. Let's see if she auto sequences this time. They have us in a hold at Silex. We don't want that. Direct to Buddy.
Burbank traffic, Prestige 346 is about 14 miles from Silex for the ILS Zulu approach for runway 08.
Buddy's at down, not up. Buddy's at 3,000. We're direct to Buddy now. Slats are coming out. Air brake stowed. On the speed, we're looking good. It's going to be tight after we hit Buddy though, so we got to be ready for it. Alright, replay mode is on, allegedly.
Too low. Terrain.
Nah, we're fine. Terrain check. Part of VEC. That PFD is a little bit... bright. I don't know where the brightness knob is for you though. I found it earlier. That's the range knob. I don't know, we're just gonna have to be blasted with our PFD. Alright, 3,190. Let's start bringing it back a little bit more. 2 minutes out, 6 miles from Buddy, at 3,000. F-Loc is armed. Actually, Buddy's normally below 3. We gotta cheat a little bit. 2,700. Real life, we do glide slope from above, but I'm not capable of doing that right now, so we're gonna cheat down a little bit, 500 feet per minute. I'm gonna blast through the pattern of is it Van Nuys? .14-knot crosswind now too. Can we go flaps without gear on this? I think we can, yeah. We'll go flaps 1. Or not 1. What is that? It's actually 20. Flaps 20. Slats, flaps 20. V-app was like 125. Oh, that'll take forever to mouse wheel in. Speed. I wish there was little decals to show you where the cheap things were. Like, I want to set my speed on my PFD, but it's going to take 25 minutes to do it. I might have my V-app speed set before we hit the final, or hit the runway. I don't know. There goes the Loc. Are we going to capture? F-Loc pit. No, we're not. Alright, my aircraft. Gear's coming down. You're dead to me. I can see the runway. Burbank traffic, Prestige A17 just inside of Buddy for the LSA. Missed approach altitude, we'll just spin that up to something over there. I didn't set the DH for visual. Perfect for a Juan Brown video. Always back it up. Did not back it up. Gear's coming down, or gear is down rather. Flaps to go, and yaw damper to go. We're winging it tonight, baby.
Burbank traffic, November 757 Alpha Foxtrot, overhead.
Nothing like a 7-knot quartering tailwind, Burbank. All right, here we go. Flaps full. Yaw damp is coming off. I think I disengaged it. Yep. Oh, brother. That balloon when you go full flap, look at the speed.
Burbank traffic.
It's like a one, you gotta really watch that balloon. 1,000 feet, stable-ish. We're on speed, a little bit high, correcting 10-knot quartering tailwind. My goodness. We're catching back up to it though. Yeah, no, we're not putting this in Telluride vodka. No, we are not. Medellin will be challenging enough.
Burbank traffic, Prestige 556 is correct west 12 miles inbound, RNAV, RSP, runway 8, Burbank.
400.
Traffic Las Vegas, Quebec 7, approach runway 28 right.
the A pillar is blocking my pappy. That's too much. That's crazy. A little bit slow.
40, 30, 20, 10.
No. Oh my gosh. I'm not going around. No comment. No comment. You know what? I think it's the G-loaded camera. G-loaded camera's throwing me off. Yeah, right when we got... That's what I'm talking about. The pitch almost like... It starts to bounce on you. That's right when you're in the flare. It's the G-loaded camera. No, we're not going around on 40 hours of being awake, Zip. I'm a little bit nervous to see what JetCard says. So about that landing bot...
Burbank traffic, Prestige 346, short final for runway 08.
Oh, my word. Listen. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care anymore. That's coming up. Let's get this started this time, yeah?
Burbank traffic, November 757, Alpha Foxtrot, 5 mile final, runway 8, Burbank.
Yeah, we're gonna use the replay tool. Burbank traffic, she's 814 crossing the crossing road. Oh, sorry.
Like we're 8 mile final runway. We're slowing down. Burbank.
We'll go over here to the VEC hangar. Now we have a benchmark for our landings. Well, it's weird, man. I don't know what happened on that. You know? It's like it fights me forward. I wonder if that's it. See, like if I pull aft. No, I don't know. I think it's a G-loaded camera. I blame fatigue. 11 knot quartering tailwind.
Burbank traffic, Prestige 346, clear of runway 08. Burbank traffic, November 757, Alpha Foxtrot, short final, runway 8.
Still have our strobes on. Let's not clip the fuel truck. Erp. Park brake set. APU is up. 1, 3, 2 coming down. Anti-collision's going off. Seatbelt should have been on.
Prestige 556, short final, runway 8, Burbank.
And let's go. Alright, so I'm gonna leave that so we can watch the replay.
Burbank traffic, November 757, Alpha Foxtrot, clear runway 8. We are crossing runway 33 Delta FPO, Burbank.
There's still one more. There's still 2 more on short final. Let's see. Real life, you have to go around if you're not down by this taxiway right here. Let's see what they do. Let me end the jet card flight before I forget. Oh my gosh, chat. We're not going to talk about this one. Oh my goodness. That's my record worst landing on jet card. You all that complain about jet car landing rates just need, you don't got it. This jet card is accurate to a T. It's not an 880, but it's a red one. It's a 600. It's a 600. It's always right. That was definitely a 600. It was like 300 combined. Look at the Citation 10 though, coming in, being a gangster. Oh yeah. See, he's down on time. Boom. Citation 10. Gangsta. Who else is there? Is there another Falcon out there? Oh, that's the 7-3. We'll see him land. Let's see what we did for jet card. All right. That is done. Man, look at our, real quick. Still got 100 rep. I love seeing this routes here. We're gonna start. We're gonna tie these up.
We're clearly active at Delta 2, taxiing a millionaire, Burbank.
We need to get this area looking the same, and then this area looking the same. This is going to Expo right here. Flyover states. A 607 vodka, yeah, 607. All right, let's see this guy land. Let's see how the in-game replay works. And then I'm going to need more time with the Falcon. Did I break the plane? No, I don't think so. But a 600 is firm. I just, when you get slow, it punishes you.
Crossing runway 1533 at Delta.
It really punishes you when you get slow. Look at this floater, Magoda right here. I'm going to ask for lower. Oh no, he's down. Nice. Is that one of our guppies? I don't know who that was. Look at this. The VEC ramp is filling up though. That's so cool. We got Hooters Air 75, another Falcon. We got the 10 coming in, another 7.3. I wish I could custom paint this ramp to be all VEC. I'm getting terrible performance though at this airport lately. Have you guys had that? Well, gentlemen, I might have left some parts on the runway, but it was fun. I'll catch you on the next one.
Good time, sir. Good time.
All right, let's see how this replay works.
See ya.
Let's see how this replay thing works. Replay landing? What? Just like that? That's all you have to do? Engines are running? Oh, but no sounds. Come on, Chiefs. Am I gonna get engine sounds? Oh, no engine sounds. Almost perfect. Uh-oh, this is gonna make us highlight this smash here. I don't think we want to see this. See, look, I'm too slow. How did I get so slow? How did I get 100? Look at my perf. Yeah, we're too slow. Oh, jeez. Oh, my word. Oh! Yeah, we definitely should have gone around. I just ran out of patience. How do you end it? How do you end the replay? We might have a double wingtip strike. It's a guitar. It's a write-off. How do you end the replay, though? Escape? Resume? Interesting. We only get one replay? Aww. Well, I guess that's the only replay we got. Well, we don't need to see anymore. Oh, there we go. Now it's stopped. Which one of the bounces was a 607? I don't want to look. Last one. I'm getting out of here. I'm so tired I can't even stay with it. I'm going to practice this airplane a little bit more. I need some more time with it. We need to figure out some stuff. Look at this quartering tailwind. Quartering tailwind, slow, tri-jet. just got us crushed. Oh my gosh, just go around. Save the jet. Ah! We're like, someone said 3 feet. We're like 3 inches from a green dot video on that one. We were like 3 inches from a green dot video on that one there. I think maybe the scenery is also giving me some perf situations. Alright. I'm out of here, y'all. Thank you for the support. I'm going to be, I'll make some announcements in the jet card tomorrow. Moving a lot of stuff around, getting the fleet up to snuff. Man, the wing looks amazing in blue light. Look at this. Even the slats look even better. I still like this airplane. I still like it. I got to figure out if it's a Brunner issue or a skill issue there with the landing technique. So, good thing we do have a maintenance base here, Joe Planes. This is a heavy maintenance base, so we should be good. I will catch y'all tomorrow. We'll be falcon around in the F-70 and then some more premium VEC charters tomorrow evening, maybe down south. Should be a fun one. All right, until the next one, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. Hold on. Is there a, can I go back to takeoff mode? No. Thought I could do takeoff replay. I guess not. All right, doesn't matter. All right, enjoy the last one. Stay safe, stay healthy on V1. So. It's sped up. Why is it so fast?